Candidates that are here this evening. Our first candidate is Jeff Mays.
Thank you very much. It's a true pleasure for me to be here this evening. I thank Sand Lake County Farm Bureau for hosting this event, for all of you in the audience tonight for being here, and for everyone listening at home tonight. It's been a real honor for me to serve with John Espinoza, Jim Barsha, Terry Brown, and the late Tom Meyer in service to the Thumb, to not only work through these tough times that we are dealing with, these historic times, but looking at our ways and how we can move Michigan forward. As for myself, I was born and raised in Bay County. My family originates out of Huron County itself. My wife and I live in Bangor Township, where I was the supervisor of that community. And in that service, I was fortunate to be elected by my government, both Republican and Democratic, to serve as chair of the Bay County Township Officers Association. During that time, I was a part of the efforts that created Bay Future, which is our county's version of an economic development agency, and that agency has gone on to be successful. And in that community and in our county, it was the townships that led the way, for they understood that government needs to get out of the way and support businesses that want to invest in a community. After that, I had an opportunity, and currently I'm serving as the state representative in the Bay County area. I've served as chair of the House Agriculture Committee and did that for 2 years and worked on many issues in support of companies like Michigan Sugar, fighting those that would attack animal agriculture, and fighting red tape that's been strangling agriculture here within our state. Currently, I'm serving as chair of the House Energy and Technology Committee. Both agriculture and energy are growing spots in our current state economy, and we're creating jobs around Michigan, and I'm pleased to be supportive of those industries. As myself at the state capitol, I was very fortunate to be voted by Republicans and Democrats as one of the most effective voices at the state capitol today. The problems we are facing are neither Republican nor Democratic. They haven't happened overnight, and we need to have people that work together that can solve these problems in a responsible way. And I feel very fortunate that I have a long history of doing that, not just at the local level, but currently in Lansing. And so with that, it's a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to your questions tonight.
Next, we'll have Mike Greene.
Thanks, Brian. I will tell you, it's a pleasure to be with you tonight. I've kind of looked forward to this for a while, and let me tell you, just take a few minutes to tell you about myself. I'm Mike Greene. I'm from Mayville. I've been married to my wife, Paula, for 43 years. Stand, put your hand up, honey. We've raised 5 children. We have 18 grandchildren. If you pick up my brochure on your way out, it's got a picture of my grandchildren. 18 of them now, but unfortunately, we just found out that my youngest daughter-in-law is pregnant with twins, so we're going to soon have 20. My wife and I are strong believers in family, and both her and I were raised on a farm, and when we got married, we wanted a farm, although I didn't have it left to me. We had to scrape it up and buy a farm, and for 17 years, her and I raised our kids on a farm. We wanted a farm because we wanted to teach them how to work. And we did, and they're all successful now and doing very well. Again, pick up my brochure, you'll find out about them. But living in an agriculture community, we've lived in Mayville for 34 years, same place, and love the Thumb. It's home to us, and we love it. I was a tool and die maker for 30 years, retired, and I was still farming while I was tool and die making. And I farmed until I ran out of money, I tell people. But actually what happened was my kids, my boys got up old enough to realize they could make more money working for somebody else than they could make working for me. But I was got into politics in 1984. I was elected as county commissioner, served 8 years. And then I was off 2 years, and then I was elected from the 84th District here on Tuscola County to serve as a state representative from there. And being there, I was on the Ag Committee all 3 terms. The last term I chaired it when we was able to accomplish a lot of great things for agriculture in the Thumb. Ooh, sorry. We'll talk to you some more in a minute.
Our next candidate is Paul Mizzle.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks goes to the Farm Bureau for allowing us this opportunity to speak to you folks. As candidates, this is what we die for. Going door to door is very satisfying when someone opens up the door on the other side, but 9 times out of 10 you leave a little message and you move on. This is very gratifying. I'm very nervous tonight because my mother and my wife are here to listen to me for the first time. And maybe that's actually true. I don't know. But the point is I am Paul Mizzle, and I'm running for the 31st District Senate. I am your essential non-politician politician. I've never run for office before. In my 58 years of being on this planet, I've never had the inclination to run for office before. I've worked in 4 different trades for 42 years, and until just the last 3 or 4 years, it hasn't been necessary for business people to become involved in politics, and now they are. Several of us on the dais tonight can say the same thing. We've never been in this kind of a situation before. I equate it to getting on the bus in Flint for a day trip to Detroit and finding out after a little snooze that you are in West Branch. And the bus driver is going the wrong way. And that's what we have in Michigan. The people that have been driving the state have been taking it the wrong way. That's why folks like us with business aptitudes, business experience want to go to the Senate and the legislature, because we want to take the real values and the real common sense and the real business attitude that it takes in our everyday lives at the township levels, the county levels, and right at home at your table at the end of the month. It takes that kind of an effort to say, stop spending money, stop entitlement programs, start making budget cuts. Thank you.
For those of you that are been watching this, there is another candidate for our state senate by the name of Robert Palmer. Robert wasn't able to be here this evening. So having said that, we will start with our questions. If any folks in the audience have some questions, we pass them forward. We will get started with that. Once again, just to reiterate, those that are at home, if you wanted to email a question in, you would need to send it to sanilaccounty@ctyfb.com.